Hey, how's it going? I hope you guys are doing alright, and welcome back to Bekasi City. We built and developed this whole area into a big city, and I also show you guys how we built the tram station area at the center and grew specific buildings for some zones of the city. And although there is no zones left to grow for this area, I'm still not fully satisfied yet with this area here, especially around the edges. So there are lots of improvements and detailing works that we can do. So let's start by assessing our situation first and have a look at the demands graph. And we see here that we have demand for medium and high well commercial services, but not so much for the offices. And we also have pretty high demands for high tech industries. Since we've got the demands for the services, I'd like to adjust this area here a little bit because currently it looks a bit monotone. So I like to have maybe a brighter and more eye-catching building for these zones. So let's work on that. Let's remove these buildings first and rezone with 3 by 2, maybe a medium density commercial zone. And let's also limit the building styles and leave only Houston selected. So this way we will have a better chance to grow the building that we want. And now let's speed up the gameplay. Okay, this one is nice, but I don't want a duplicate building. Also not this one. Alright, there you go. Bright white with fresh orange color building, really contrasting with the surrounding area here. So this is Hyatt Ziva Tower 2, a commercial service building by Diego Delano. Let's make it historical, and now let's finish up by adjusting this band wall. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Okay, let's see. We still have demands for commercial services, so I'm thinking about adjusting this area here. I want to cover up the corner edge of this building, and so maybe we can add an extra tile to this zone. Let's see. And for this one, I will need to change the style to New York because the building that we want is part of the New York tiles. And there you have it, a nice Greenwich building, and let's be sure to make it historical. And I think we are pretty much done with this area, at least for now. Let's see. Right now we don't have demand for offices yet, and we're going to need it, so we'll have to find a way to increase the demand. And looking at this, I think I'm going to build more high-tech industries, and hopefully that will bring more high-well sims into our city and generate demand for commercial office. So yeah, that's the plan for now. And let's build our industry in this area here. It's an area where I build my industry when I need to. So let's add a few more high-tech industries. Let's have a 3x4 zone, and let's enable all the building styles. And now speed up the gameplay. Alright, it's a nice building with pretty decent jobs. Next up, let's add one more here. And I'm going with a 5x6 zone for this one. Not this one, that is dirty industry. There we go. Let's make it historical so it won't break down into smaller buildings. And let's rework this area a little bit. Let's place the bus stop facing the station and add a small fire station to prevent fire breakout in this industrial area, and maybe a small police station to keep the crime away. Now we added some high-tech industries, but to get more demand for offices, we still need to build more residential area, because I keep most of the existing residential zones from developing by making them historical. So we still need to bring more high-wealth sims into our city to generate demand for offices, and let's work on that. I think we can work on this area a little bit. These two buildings are pretty, but they took lots of space of this area, and I think it will be a bit better with some smaller buildings instead. It will also help highlight this big tower here. And I think for the outskirts of the city, smaller buildings will make the area more bustling and lively. So let's start with but first I think we can also remove this reverse buildings, because I don't think we need it as much as before, and we can add more residentials to replace it. Let's grow the building. We can ignore this. Okay, this one should be good enough. We got more than 200 high-well sims. And now let's rework this block. Add some residentials and some smaller 1x2 shops. Let's also add a pet mall for a little bit of variation. And let's speed up the game. Alright, we got a nice corner building here, an orchard corner by Medby 325, one of my favorite building. And we also got this noisy nightclub. I'm not sure yet, but I think I'll keep it for now. And I like this brown building here, but the base texture is a bit too much. And while we are waiting, let's also work on this area here. Right now it's a bit too much and blocking the view behind it. So let's remove this and this, and we can replace it with smaller shops. And we can also add some pet malls. Let's also replace this house. and speed up the game. Ah, dang it. Seems like I forgot to keep the building. And let's see here. I think I'll replace this one, but I'll keep this one. Also replace this. And let's rezone this area. Alright, we got a nice replacement for the nightclub, so let's keep this one. But I'm not sure about this one yet, so let's try to get another building, and maybe we can add another smaller shop here. And while we are waiting, maybe we can rework this area too. Let's replace it with some more residentials. Hopefully it will help the demand for the offices. And let's get back to this area again. I'm really hoping that we can grow the McDonald's building here instead. Oh well, never mind, we finally got it. We also got the smaller McDonald's buildings in the front, and also kept this one. And this building also looks nice from the side, that's why I want to keep it here. I think we are pretty much done for this area, except for the residentials on the back. But for now, let's move on. Rotate the view and destroy this, also this. And let's also rebuild some of these houses. And let's see. Alright, so since I'm also planning to replace these buildings, maybe we can remove it for now and replace it with some plazas to increase the desirability for commercials around this area. So in case you don't know about this, to increase the desirability for commercials, you can add some buildings with landmark effects, while for the residentials you will need to the one with park effects. So yeah, that's the difference. And you can look for what the effects of which buildings and more information about this on the SimCity 4 encyclopedia and also the official Prima guide. And back to this, let's also add this blue statue and maybe also a small plaza for the additional landmark effect. Okay, that should do it. And maybe we can add some details for this area with a nice bus stop. This is a set of bus stops by Raymond 7CNs on Simtropolis. They are also pretty, and I'll put the download link down on the description below. And now let's see if we can grow some nice buildings. There we go. I think I will keep it for this area for now. And next up, I think we can rework this area a little bit. So let's add a pet mall. Let's also try to regrow this building. And for this, I will need the Euro tile because I want the nightclub that we have before here. Yep, we got the nightclub. And now this area will be full of noise and drunkards. And as for this pet mall, let's have a Yeah, a little street side meals seems nice. Alright, next up, let's speed up a little bit and let the house growing. Okay, if we see our demands, we still don't have a demand for offices yet. So let's rework this area here while we are waiting. This lot is actually really nice, but it doesn't fit well with the surrounding area. So maybe we can replace it with another one and add some more buildings in this block. I'm going for a New York style for this one, and let's see. Maybe we can have a commercial here and residential for this one. I'm not sure yet. Let's just give it a try. Alright, we saw a bit too much of this building, so maybe I will try again for another one. I really like this industry here, but not the fences on the back. So let's try another one, and maybe we can temporarily boost this area with some landmark effect for this commercial zone. Alright, there you have it. Exactly what I wanted. I think the aesthetic of this building is suitable for this area, so I'm going to keep it. Now let's try to get a better industry, and we can remove these statues, and since we need to grow the residentials now, we can add some park effects, so let's do that. A few of these small parks should be enough. Let's see. There you go, a nice apartment building, and let's make it historical. And now let's grow the industry. Alright, that's it. I think this one is perfect for this area. And now for the rest of the parks, maybe we can add a little commercial zone for this one. And also let's try to decorate this area a little bit. Let's add maybe some kind of pedestrian bridge. This one is not actually functional, but it's a nice crossing for the students from this residential area to the school. And let's see what else we can add here. So this is a London-based fish and chips stand by Raymond 7CN, and let's put it here. It's like a hangout spot for this area. And for the finishing touch, I think we can add some trees here. I will go with this pink tree by Barocco Hispano. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name wrong. Alright, looking good. Maybe we can add some more. And I will go with the seasonal alders by Giraffe. Well, that's covering the pink tree, but I think it's alright. Let's see if we can add somewhere else. Well, we can plop on these houses, so let's just add another one here. Alright, I think we can call it done for the decoration of this area. And let's change this into residential. Doesn't seem right. Maybe we can replace it with some decoration. Let's see what we've got here. Let's try this billboard. Well, we got another Firefox billboard. I think it looks nice. And let's also add a sheriff's office here. Our crime stat is pretty good actually, but I think it's pretty nice to have it for decoration. And for this spot here, I think I will have a plaza and maybe a basketball court. It will make the area look a bit more lively. And I'm going to use this Phonebox Square by Bombardier for the plaza. And next one, let's add the basketball court. Okay, I think that's good enough. And seems like we still don't have demand for the offices yet. So let's speed up and grow these houses. We got quite a nice house here. Although it could be better, I'll keep it for now. And for these houses, I think we can destroy one and keep the other. After looking at this area for some time, I don't really like seeing this building too close to the roads like this. So I think I will have to adjust this area again. And if we look at the data views, we see that we got some air pollution surrounding this area. So while we adjust this area, we can also relocate this air filter up here to help with the air pollution. So let's work on that. We can add some pet moss to give some space between the buildings and the roads, like this. And next, let's place the air filter. Maybe I will go with the big one. Although this is a bit too much, the surrounding buildings will cover most of it. So hopefully it won't be really noticeable. And let's add some parks with landmark effect to boost the commercial growth around this area. And let's speed up the game and grow the building. Alright, we got this one back and we'll keep it. But we'll try again for the other one. Okay, this one is also pretty nice. I will keep it for now. So it will take some time for this to grow. And in the meantime, let's talk about the issue with the office's demand. We have been doing detailing work, but we haven't really added many sims to our city, and that's why we still don't have demand for the offices. So I'm going to lower the taxes temporarily to create the demand. Let's go with 7.5 for the medium well and 7 for the high well, and accept. This is some kind of last resort so that we can get the office faster and wrap up this area without needing to add more residentials. And you see here, it's pretty effective. We already got some demand for the offices. But remember, this is a last resort to create demands. Try to do it naturally by adding more residential first before doing this. I wouldn't even do it if it's not because I need to wrap up this area faster. So now, since we got our demands, let's build our office. The New York tile should be good. Let's add some parts to boost the area. And let's see. There you go. Finally, this is Kennington Square by Medby 325. A really pretty building. And let's make it historical and clean up these excessive parts. And now let's take care of this area and try to regrow some of these buildings. Alright, this Palace Hotel is pretty nice. Let's keep it. And we can rezone this corner. Okay, finally a pretty building. I even need to put the mayor statue just to boost the area. Let's make it historical and remove this statue and parks and rezone this residential. And then let's try to get a more suitable pet malls for this area. Alright, I think we are done with the pet malls. And next, since we already have a bus stop here, I think I will remove this one and replace it with a house. And then we can place the bus stop here. And last, let's put back the Bonbud Plaza here. That's it. And maybe we can finish up with some decoration here. Let's see. I think a cell tower here would be nice. Like that. And let's put this roadside billboard on the corner here. It's not too much, but enough to attract your attention. Alright, now let's enable all the building styles and speed up the game to let the zone grows. Okay, I think I will leave it for now. All that's left for this area is to add some trees and grasses using MMP along this track here. But we are going to do it later after we are done with another area. So for now, let's move on. Alright, we finally got a nice building here. Let's make it historical. Let's speed up again. Well, we get another one. Maybe I will keep this one too. And we can add a residential zone for this spot. And fill this pet mall here. I think I will destroy one of this and try to get another building. Also, maybe we can try to get a nice commercial building here. Let's zone it like that, and try to adjust these streets a little bit. And let's put back the bus stop on the empty tile and set the building styles to only Houston, so we can get the specific buildings that we want. And let's see. There it is. This is looking really good for this area. Another one by maybe 325. I think this area is pretty much done, but I'm not entirely sure about the streets. This is a bit too normal. Maybe let's try to turn it back like before. Yeah, I think this weird corner is a lot better. It has a little personality to it, like it was designed by a drunk mayor. So let's give it like this. Let's put back the phone booth plaza here. And adjust the rotation of this cherry tree park. Let's have the cherry tree on this side. Alright, now we can enable all the building styles back, and let's grow this residential zone. There you go. Let's make it historical. And so we only have this one zone left to take care of. It's pretty funny because we are back with this one again. Maybe I will leave it with this for now. And let's just keep it open. Maybe we'll be surprised with another building later, who knows. And let's clean up the rest of this area and place some pet malls for the decoration. Yeah, we'll have the bench with the tree, and we got a nice small shop here. Let's add a small residential zone, and I think we can call it done for this area here. So let's move on. And now let's wrap up this area with some MMP trees and grasses. I probably won't be able to mention everything that I'm using for this MMP, but I'll be sure to list what I'm using in the description or maybe in a notes, so be sure to check that later. So now let's get started. Sorry for the sudden cut there. The build actually continues to another area, so I had to make a cut there. And I'm not sure if this kind of detailing work is enjoyable for you guys to watch. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, because I still have the footage for the two others area that's just waiting to be edited. And if you guys interested in more detailing work, I will try to deliver that. And yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Please like the video if you enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel for more SimCity 4. We are pretty close to the 1000 subscriber count. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good time. Be safe and healthy, and I will see you on the next one. Happy holidays!